your pastor, and see, and next week I'm gonna go and do the show. Once I get it in the new building, and that'll be a good way to start off. I'm gonna deal with how can you be a Christian and be a Mason and in the Eastern Star. Ooh. How you gonna be a Mason and your average pastor is a Mason, but you take a blood oath. And you will find that there is Satanism surrounded in the Masonic order. I think that'll be a good, all of you Masons and you East and your Eastern Stars. Your command was to love your fellow man. The commission that Christ gave was to go ye therefore into the hedges and highways, compelling men to come unto me and telling them whatsoever is right. He didn't tell y'all to stay at the church. But you want to build great big buildings. You build great big buildings in the black community. Why is it that the only place that the white financial institutions will finance easily is a black church? Mm. The black church. Because the white financial institutions know that you care more about your church than you care about your fellow man. You care more about your church building than you care about economically empowering your community. Mm. Y'all right into the church. You making the preacher reach. You let them bamboozle you with stuff that ain't even in the scriptures. King James and Alfred Zeta. Let me tell you something. You when these preachers tell you the bomber too, do you want to be dismissed from my class? If you're not talking about what we're talking about in my class, then y'all need to chat when I'm off the air. Plain and simple. You think that paying your money in church will get you to heaven? You can mistreat folk. You can do anything that you want. But you're on your way to heaven. But I'm going to start the new building off. Wait a minute, somebody sent me some. Y'all sent me stuff too, but I'm a Mason and Eastern Star. The devil aspect came from what you said, from a white man, General Albert Pike. Then my question to you, Big Train, is why you're part of it. Whew. Damn. if you know it came from Albert Pike, and you know that the devil aspect came from Albert Pike and the worship of Satanism in the Masonic order, why you're part of it? What does a Mason? And I know all of the oaths. I've got copies of all of your oaths. I've got copies of all of your books. Why do you then? And you, yeah, and I don't want to go to this subject early. I don't want to go to this subject before next week. You're a Mason. So what you're a Mason? What does it benefit you? So wait a minute, what did Miss Jones say? Thad, explain why there are preachers carrying guns in the church. David, I wear mine at the church. Because all these folk ain't saved, and they've been robbed. They was robbing the churches. Christmas time, they rob churches. I'm gonna shoot you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. What's up, Rico?
Hey, Dennis, how's it going? I didn't know if you were taking calls or not.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wanted to go back and answer that whoever sent you that text or wrote on your board. How can you have a relationship with the Creator and not go to church?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just, and you know what? That is actual an important question for a lot of people. Now, me, I've said it on your show, on the air, and I've said it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a Christian. I do not go to church. As a matter of fact, I think the Creator would lead me out of the church and religion when I was 12 years old and lead me to the library.
Okay.
And when I went to the library, I started reading up on who I was as a man of a boy and now a man of African descent.
Mm-hmm.
And so the stuff that you were talking about on yesterday and last night and all of that as relates to how we came into this belief system, well, we were here way before any of this. And so I learned that. And so my thing is, when you learn who you are, then you'll know whose you are.
Okay.
So when I learned my culture, our history, reading up on the books like Introduction to African Civilization, Destruction of Black Civilization, and things like that, talk about how our people invaded and infiltrated. When you learn all that stuff, the church, that whole thing becomes so small, it's almost like you become insulted that even for me for 12 years, and I say pushed into that because I was a child. I didn't know any better. My parents, or my mother, my grandma, they pushed me into that because there were no blacks in the South, go to church and all of that stuff. But I'm glad that I was pulled away from that and led to seek understanding for myself. And so to answer that person, I have a great relationship with the Creator, one-on-one. I've never known the Creator to have a middleman.
Okay.
I've never known that. You can't see the kingdom unless you go through the sun and all. I thought, what kind of mess is that? And I don't have this concept of heaven and all of that stuff. All I know is what my folks taught me: treat people the way you want to be treated. And I don't lie, I don't steal, I don't cheat, I don't rob, I haven't killed anybody. If my behavior as a quote-unquote non-believer in that belief system or non-Christian doesn't get me to what people believe to a heaven, well, hell, that must not be a heaven. I have not been perfect. Another thing, that is, I don't have guilty feelings about having sex. I do like I want to do, and I don't have any guilty feelings because I know I am an adult and I am responsible for everything that I do.
Okay.
And so therefore I don't have, oh no, God ain't gonna bless. I don't have any of that stuff. And it's interesting that my life isn't it's not even half as bad as the folks who are quote unquote supposed to be believers. Those people are going through hell. Do you hear me? They're going through hell. I ain't never been around a group of people that got so much Jesus and so much Christianity, but there's so much chaos in their families and in their lives. Maybe we need to try to, as you suggested, read further than a King James and see exactly who we are, so we can get out of this mess. That is the key to us actually doing all the things that you talked about for the past 15 years or so that I've known you to be on the radio, trying to tell people that self-empowerment, well, that comes from knowing self. You cannot become self-empowered if you don't know who you are. You continue to empower others, hoping that they'll sprinkle some power your way. Well, that's just not how it works.
And one of the places we want to go to the church, and we want to go to this thing of waiting on God.
Oh my God! Don't nobody do that with us.
Okay, we want to wait on God for everything, instead of getting up and here's what we'll say in the church, Rico. We will say, if you make one step, the Lord will make two. Well, if I've got to make one step, and then God go make two, it seems to me that I got to make my step first. I've got to show God that I want Him to do something for me. Instead of just waiting back, it's like saying I'm waiting on God for a job, and you still in the bed, and it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning time, or that ass old crazy statement. And I got into a debate on I love the Facebook Christians. Sunday morning, I'm waiting on Jesus to give me a husband, and you just sitting at the house. Hell, Jesus was smart enough not to have no wife.
Let's go back to one thing I want to bring up. This whole baptismal thing. When I was a little kid, I was about 7 years old, and I say that I was coerced because I was a child. I didn't make any decisions like that. So I was baptized in a little church in my community. And, and I always say that was something that was done without my permission. Because, the only thing I remember about that stands out the most about me being baptized, this was probably like 79 or 80 or whatever, and we still here kind of wearing clothes.
Okay.
And all I remember is being dipped in that cold water, and then on the water, bubbling, trying to catch my breath, underwater, and then coming up and thinking, damn, this damn water messed up my hair. That's all I thought about. These man have messed up my damn self. And I had spent all day kicking it out. Trying to look like. That's all I remember. Damn, it messed up my hair. And that lets you know that I wasn't put here for that foolishness. As a little kid, I knew something wasn't right. Which I didn't know until I had to grow up and start learning. And so, ever since I was 12, 13 years old, I always saw knowledge other than what my folks had told me, what people around me, because, we go by these traditions, we'll stay in the dark a long time. And I'm glad I grew up to ask questions and to be inquisitive about certain things and not afraid to open up a book that I'm not familiar with. That's a lot of us, this whole Christian thing, even in the dating scene, that is.